You hear that?
Is the baby awake?
Man, I hope not. Like,
Man,
I finally woke up early today.
we
Hold on.
trying to record this video. I hope she's not awake. Oh nah, it's
No,
not
no,
her.
no. Okay. All right. We need to hurry up.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
So if you ever wondered how they handle 5 kids, a business, and date night, this is the episode for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, as parents of 5, entrepreneurs, work from home. First of all, everybody want to work from home,
Right.
but they don't know when you're working from home with kids, it's
Mm-hmm.
like you now have 3 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So in this video, we're gonna break it down how we balance it all, how
Mm-hmm.
we handle kids, how
Mm-hmm.
we do work,
Mm-hmm.
how we make business happen, how we find time for us,
Right.
and we're gonna share the secret behind what it takes to be an entrepreneur couple.
So you remember the early days when we first got into entrepreneurship with us having the shop?
Hmm.
And we were so excited about having something that we own, having something that was ours. And we look forward to it because we were capable of bringing our kids to the shop. Compared to having a job, you got a job, so you can't bring your kids around. And that was like the biggest thing that we was going for,
Yeah.
making sure that whatever business that we decided to go into, that our kids could be around, because we wanted to be present parents. And lo and behold, we did not know that having our kids at the shop was going to be another drama, pain, and problem.
Yeah, working in a position where you're your own boss and you're an entrepreneur and you have a lot of benefits. Like you get to bring your kids with you to work. They get to stay with you. They get to see what you do. They get to learn from you. But you also have to be babysitting. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time, funny story. I remember one time going into the bathroom, and the hand soap would always be like, we're home right now, and my daughter's upstairs watching TV, and the TV is so loud. Aaliyah, turn it down.
She did.
And we're going to keep this in there because this is a part of the reel of it. But I remember going into the bathrooms and the hand soap would always be gone. And come to think about it,
Uh-huh.
he's washing dishes now and the dish soap be gone. So
Still. And he's
he has this soap
15.
fetish.
Right.
I'm not gonna say soap fetish, but he just has this thing where he just likes to use a lot of soap.
Right.
But there's a logic to this.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in the bathroom and I'm like, Mika, what's going on? Like, why is the bathroom wet? So I go in the bathroom. Imagine opening the bathroom door and the whole floor is wet. And the whole floor is wet and there's soap on the floor. Like the floor is wet with suds.
Mm-hmm.
And not only is it wet with suds, there's tissue on the floor, like
Okay.
tissue spots everywhere. And old West Indian Jamaican me would be like, bop, 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 bop. What are you doing? Get out.
Right.
But I said, let me ask questions first and find out what's going on. And I said, out of curiosity, what are you doing?
Uh-huh.
And he said, well, since you asked, the floor was dirty when I came in here. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know who messed it up, but it wasn't me.
Okay.
And I said, I'm cleaning it up.
Mm-hmm. How
And
old was he?
he was about maybe like 7, maybe 8.
I think he did. I did. Okay. Yeah.
He's
Uh-huh.
about maybe 7, maybe
Mm-hmm.
8, maybe 7, maybe, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he said the floor was dirty, so I'm cleaning it up. And I know soap makes it clean, so I'm using the
Mm-hmm.
soap. And I'm cleaning it, but then I needed to dry it. So that's why I'm using the tissue, but it's just not working. And I'm like, okay, that makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, come, let me show you a better way to do it. And I went and grabbed the mop with the little wheels, with the yellow bucket,
Oh
and
my
I showed
gosh.
him how to mop up. And I said, boom, the
And that
floor is
was that
clean.
was during
This
the
is
the
how you do it.
hectic time of when we had a challenge, because what was happening is somebody was knocking on the door.
And it's because somebody wanted to use the bathroom. That's how we discovered he was in the bathroom doing that.
Yeah.
But this goes to show that,
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurship as a parent, it's not going to be perfect.
Oh, it's not going to be easy either.
Right. So we're parentpreneurs
Mm-hmm.
and we're home right now, right? We're
Right.
shooting from home. Sometimes we shoot from outside, but we're shooting from home. And sometimes in the middle of shooting, our daughter will come right in the middle of the set.
Right.
But the beauty of this is they're the reason why you do it, right?
Right.
Here's the pros to it. They're watching you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Kids don't do what you say, they do what they see.
Mm-hmm.
So them seeing us do these things, it's inspiration. This morning, my daughter asked me, she said, Daddy, what do you do for work? And I
Mm.
said, well, what do you think I do for work? And she says, I don't know. You're always working, but I don't know what you do because I don't see you working. But
Right.
every time I come to you, you're
Mm-hmm.
working.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, what do you think I do? And she
Mm-hmm.
was like, I don't know,
Who asked you that?
Kaylin.
Kaylin? Mm-hmm.
But she knows I'm working,
Right.
but she just haven't put one and two together.
So what did you tell her?
I didn't tell her anything. I said, what do you think I do? I wanted her to give
Mm-hmm.
me her perception of what she think I do.
Oh.
Right. So even at an early age, they're
Mm-hmm.
paying attention. And I'm sharing this to say that you are teaching your kids things right now
Right.
at the age they are.
Right.
You may be teaching them how to show up on time.
Mm-hmm.
You may be teaching them how to have character.
Right.
You may be teaching them how to be confident, how to
Mm-hmm.
be afraid, how to
Mm-hmm.
be fearful.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever in your day to day, you're teaching them because kids learn from who they spend a lot of time with. And
Facts.
because your mom and dad, they're learning a lot from you.
Right.
And if they're not learning from you, who are they learning from? They're learning from YouTube, they're learning from
School.
school, they're
Mm-hmm.
learning from their friends, they're
Right.
learning from TikTok,
Right.
depending on the age group. If they're in high school, they're learning from their friends. And this was why we said, you know what? We're gonna go make the sacrifice to go become entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because we understood that in most relationships, the husband is going 40 hours to the left at his job, the wife is going 40 hours at her job, and together that's 80 hours leaving the house.
Right.
It's great because you bring home the income, but where do you now find the time to be with the kids,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where do you find the time to be with each other? And
Mm-hmm.
that's why we decided to say, hey, let's jump into entrepreneurship because at least this way we
Mm-hmm.
could share some more time together.
Mm-hmm.
We can also be here and be present for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And we can also build something in the future
Mm-hmm.
where we now have time and money freedom in the
Mm-hmm.
future.
But working our 9 to 5, we made time for them.
Mhm.
However, it was like even as entrepreneurship, and this is the nit and gritty of it, right? So even as entrepreneurship, and if you're comparing it to your 9 to 5, like as much as we're present when we're working, and because we're working from home, I can honestly say like,
You have to really stop doing that. Your alarm goes up every show, and you say the same thing.
yeah, I gotta update it. Um, And as much as, we talk about, being present parents, I also want to bring the reality of sometimes when you're at home working from home, you're still not present.
Yeah.
So although that you want to be present parent, and that was our biggest thing is, oh, we want to make sure that we're present parents to pick our kids up from school, to be there for the plays and etc. That when you're at home, we had to learn to shut it down because we can work 24/7 on our business because it's a passion project for us, because it's purposeful for us. It's one of those things that you can work on it for 24 hours compared to when you go to work at like 9 to 5, 5 o'clock,
You
I am
clocked out.
out. And you
Yeah.
clocked out, and you make sure to leave that clock out mentality at the
You
job.
stay clocked
You
out.
stay clocked out and you come home and you become present. So it's not to say, oh, people who work 9 to 5 are not present parents. We just wanted a different aspect of being present. But then when we tapped into it, we was like, babe, we had to talk to each other and say, listen, let's do movie night. We had to tell
Yeah.
each other those things because we were just focused, so driven on, okay, well, I just want to get things done while they're young so I could give them all their time. No. So we had to like really look at the fact that we were hard workers
Hmm.
and kind of set boundaries and set limits. Like, so we had to tell ourselves, like, we're going to treat this like a 9 to 5, and 5 o'clock is clock out for us too.
Yeah.
So the only difference is we work from home and some people go to work.
Yeah. Still nine to
So
five.
it's still 9 to 5. So when you think about the balancing act of entrepreneurship and how we handle it with 5 kids, etc., it's challenging. It's hard because there's days where Damo's like, Felicia, you gotta wake up extra early to do the video so we could do our YouTube or our content, etc. And I'm just like, but I go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning because I'm getting the kids ready and this and that and like, invisible labor. And I'm like, it's challenging. It came to a point in entrepreneurship that I was like, I might as well just go back to work because I feel like entrepreneurship is way more challenging than punching in a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And I had to weigh the pros and cons. Is entrepreneurship worth the squeeze? And I'm still in it. We're 8 years deep.
It's interesting you said that, there were times where you had to ask yourself, is it worth the squeeze?
Hmm.
And considering going back to work, because I definitely know how that feels because here you are, you're like, at least over there you have some consistency.
Yeah.
You have a schedule. Nobody calls you from a
Hmm.
certain time to certain time
Hmm.
because you're just not home.
Right.
But here, when you're an entrepreneur, everybody calls you because they
Yes.
feel like you're available. They see you.
Hmm.
Hey, can you do this? Hey, can you go to the airport? Hey, can you pick me up? Can you do this? And you're like, yeah, but you wouldn't call me if I had a job.
Hmm.
So not because you see me doesn't mean I'm available.
Correct.
And that's something that we had to learn where you now have to prioritize your time and you have to give yourself a schedule.
Hmm.
So, let's share with our audience, what are some of the things that we've done
Hmm.
to help us with managing the schedule or
Hmm.
balancing just the day to day?
Hmm.
What are some of the things? What are three things that you could say somebody can do?
One of the things that we do is we have a 30-day calendar that we put our initials on for each day. So it would say Felicia, Felicia, Dominique, Dominique, Felicia, Felicia, from like 1 to 30 every single month. And what that would do is on the days that it's for Felicia, Felicia does the cooking, she does the cleaning, she takes care of the kids, she changes the diapers, etc. Dominique may be home, but Dominique can choose to help, but he doesn't have to help. Dominique can choose, hey, I'm going to be out for the day, I'm going to go do what I got to do, etc. Because that day is Felicia's day to be at home and take care of the family. That has changed everything for us because we got to a point that we were both putting hands in the home, and it was overwhelming, it was exhausting. And remember, we have 5 kids, so each kid have a different demand.
Yeah.
And so that calendar aspect really helped us. First, we did it with one day, Felicia Dominique, Felicia Dominique. And then we realized that it's not enough. So the 2 days has kind of been our sweet spot so far. So that's probably something that you could do. Take a 30-day calendar. We bought a paper calendar from Walmart, and it was Felicia, Felicia, Dominique, Dominique. And we made sure as much as possible to stick to those things.
Come over. Come over. Here's the chain. You're gonna sit right here next to me because you're not dressed. Oh, she's wet. Oh, she's wet. Oh, she went to couch. Hi. How you doing? Hey guys, so at this point, our daughter Grace woke up and crashed the video. She walked right into the set. Her diaper needed to be changed. She wasn't dressed, so I had to go upstairs and grab a diaper real quick. Felicia put her on the couch and changed her hair. But this is a big deal because this is our life. As parents of 5 kids, we got a puppy, we got a big family. We're always focused on family. As I'm making this voiceover right now, you can hear the kids in the background. So I'm leaving this to show you it doesn't have to be perfect. So guys, I was thinking about cutting this part out. This is a perfect example right here of what we mean working from home with kids is you just got to do what you got to do because at the end of the day, that's what you signed up for. So I think in the beginning we said we wanted to make money online. We were sure about the online part, but now I'm thinking about it. I'm questioning the at home part. Or is it make money online from home
Right,
while the kids are in school?
right, right.
So so we were sharing some you were sharing some
Yeah, so
prioritizing secrets and you were going over the calendar.
yeah, so that
So that's
calendar,
number one.
that was number one. That has helped us a lot. And no, don't touch. Focus. Just relax. Thank you. The next thing that we did was um, we Google synced our phone. So we have an email account that we have together, and we use Google Calendar. And as much as we try to stick to the Google Calendar, it doesn't 100% stick to it, but we have a foundation of what's supposed to happen. So As much as we work together and we see each other 24/7, Damo still has his things that he goes and do, and I have my things that I go and do. And so when we have the calendar sync with each other, what ends up happening is when Dominique goes and puts something in the calendar, like, hey, he has to go do his haircut on Tuesday at 11 a.m., then I'm able to see for that day, okay, Dominique has a hair appointment, so I can't schedule anything for that day if the kids are around, etc. So Google syncing your calendar and having that one email that connects so that y'all could just know each other's things are great. And
Yeah.
also we communicate too. So the
I'll,
night before.
I'll put something on that. So Felicia went over the calendar using 2 days. Each person get 2 days. One person takes care of the kids. One person takes care of something else, whether it's business or it's a personal thing. And syncing Google Calendar. I know we said three, but I'll give two, which is 4.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is planning the night before. So
Mm-hmm.
one of the things we do is the night before we say, hey, what are the top 3 things that we need to do for tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
The top 3 things could be for, hey, one for business, one for home, and then one for something personal. What are the top 3 that's like non-negotiable? So for us today, one of the top 3 things is recording, right? You also know your kids need to eat, which is the second thing is, this went great when
Mm-hmm.
Felicia would make a food schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So on Monday, she would plan out what's for breakfast, lunch, dinner, Tuesday, breakfast, lunch, dinner, Wednesday, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and she would write it on the fridge and put it so everybody knows what's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now the kids are in school during the week, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner is usually for the ones that are home. But what that does is that helps you with the grocery list, so you know exactly how much you're spending in the supermarket. Now the kids are not just eating unnecessarily because they know one is breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that also lets you know what to cook. So now you don't have to sit there and overwhelm yourself with what should the kids eat, what am I going to eat, because they know, hey, on Friday it's spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
They know on Saturday it's chicken. They know on Sunday
Mm-hmm.
it's lasagna,
They
or
know.
they know it's fries and nuggets for that day.
Right.
They know mommy ain't cooking French fries and nuggets in this day,
And cereal.
and they know breakfast for this day cereal. So don't
Right.
come bother me because you ate up all the cereal on
Mm.
Monday. Don't
Okay.
come bother me on Wednesday because
Mm.
now the cereal is done.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are some of the things that helped out.
Yeah, and I would write the menu to the best of my abilities on Sundays. On Sundays is like the day that we kind of sit down and reset and kind of like look at the week, see what the menu is, and yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And the fourth thing we want to share with you guys is a famous Brooklyn rapper once said, if you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son.
I have 99 problems, but making money online ain't one.
Yep, absolutely. Listen, if you're in a
Mhm.
relationship, what happens is the husband takes 40 hours and he goes to the left. Wife takes 40 hours and she goes to the right.
Mhm.
That's a combined 80 hours that leave the house. Now it's cool because you bring home some income, but you're using your time and your energy and your strength to build somebody else's business. Now, what if there was a way you could come together with your partner and you could generate income online
Mhm.
where you're doing it in half the time, you're not burning out, and you're able to still build a legacy for your kids? We want to help you with that.
Or even if you're just a couple who's just looking for an environment of like-minded other couples who are already in the entrepreneur space, but you just can't find the environment to be in, we are so excited because we created the Entrepreneur Couple Club. And guess what? It is absolutely free. It has been kind of challenging for us as a couple to go into spaces and we usually only see the wife or we usually only see the husband, but we never see them together.
Hmm.
So we decided to create a space where we can network, learn together, grow together, talk about everything under the sun that actual couples and partnerships actually go through
Hmm.
so that you can feel like there's a space for you too.
Yeah. Our goal for the Entrepreneur Couple Club is to help you build a strong partnership in life and in business.
And listen, if you never really thought about being in business with your partner, but we just brought that idea up,
Hmm.
join anyway because
Yeah.
you'll come and learn the gems and possibly why not build a legacy business?
Hmm.
Why not? You're already together 24/7 most
Hmm.
likely, right? So let's learn
Hmm.
how to build a business together, bring in some extra income at home. So if you want to leave the 9 to 5 or you want another secure bag, we got you.
And guess what? There's a free quiz inside of this club that
Mhm.
teaches you your entrepreneur couple score. All you
Mhm.
have to do is click the link below in the
Mhm.
description and you'll be on your way.
See.
Peace.
Mhm.
And the fourth thing we want to share with you guys is us time or you time, which
Mhm.
is me time,
Mhm.
right? Within all of this, we went to a friend's house over the weekend and we met a couple who've been together for 40 years and they have 6 kids. And she said something really, interesting. I asked her, hey, what's something that you learned over the 40 years that you could share with somebody who's on 10?
Mhm.
And she said, find time to recalibrate for you. She said, find out where you're coming from, like reflect on where you're coming from, reflect on where you are now, and then reflect on where you want to go. And what that does, that helps calibrate you. So one of the things that you need to do to calibrate you is you're going to need date night,
Mhm.
right? So pick a day of the week, pick a day of the month. Date night for us is Friday. Sometimes it don't happen every Friday. Maybe we don't have a babysitter. Maybe we have traveling. Maybe we have work. But we try to remember and be like, hey, maybe we didn't do date night today, but let's go do a day brunch, or let's go do something, or hey, let's intentionally go get a bottle of wine. Let's watch a movie, but let's go do something. So you have to find a time to calibrate back for you. For some people, it's taking a vacation together, and vacations are not vacations if you're bringing the kids. Those are
Right.
just family getaways, right?
Mhm.
Because when you're on vacation, you still on work. A
Mhm.
vacation is just you and they.
Mhm.
But maybe taking a night, getting a sitter,
Mhm.
and a Friday night, just go out, go to something to eat, get something to
Mhm.
drink,
Mhm.
relax, go dancing, just go do something where you could just relax and just kind of date again.
Right. And I would say that is probably out of everything, that's probably the most important part. That's probably the most important thing. Because you ever hear the saying that when I'm good, you're good?
Hmm.
That's the same thing. Like when I'm good and I'm in a good mood and I got all the loving from my hubby, boo boo, and I got all the loving from my hubby, I'm a different person.
Yeah.
A totally different person. And he knows like, okay, it's time for us to go out. It's time for us to go out. It's time for us to do something because you in your feelings right now. And the same thing goes for him. He won't say it, but I know it. And there's times that you can honestly just forget. So that's where the calendar come into place. Just setting those things. So we don't go on date night every Friday. We were doing it every 2 weeks on Fridays. And we bumped it up to like, no, we need a date to ourselves every week.
Yeah.
So it depends on you. I wanted to also add that there was a point of time that, financially, like date night wasn't something that we felt like that we could do because everything was just so tight. Date night doesn't have to be something that you monetarily do. So like we went for walks in the park, we would get,
McDonald's.
we would go to McDonald's and call it date night. We would just kind of just chill together because when you're in the grind with your partner, it's okay that you're accepting like a different way of date night compared to
Hmm.
that luxury date night
Yeah.
because y'all in the grind together.
Yeah.
Y'all have the same vision, you have the same mission, and you have the same goal. So like he said, like a Burger King brunch.
Yeah.
You
McFlurry. We
understand?
do ice cream and cookies.
Ice cream and cookies. So, back then that's what we had to do just to keep the, what would you call it?
You get quality time from quantity time.
Mm-hmm.
So the more you spend quantity time together is the more your probability of getting quality out of that. And there are times when, like Felicia was said, like we only got like $50, $100, and we're like, yo, let's go to Waffle House to get something to eat and
Mm-hmm.
come back.
Mm-hmm.
And there are times where like, yo, we have a good budget, right?
Mm-hmm.
We go out and we drop like $400.
Mm-hmm.
We go out and eat,
Mm-hmm.
and just for two people, $300, $400.
Right.
And yeah, you're getting 2, 3 glasses of wine, you're getting appetizer, you're getting dessert, you're eating good,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you coming home. And then there are times you're like, no, we don't got that right now. Let's just go do ice cream. Let's just go to the pizza shop and get a slice of pizza and just walk around for a little bit and look around
And talk.
and talk.
Right.
So, the idea is your partner's with you. Both of you guys are in business together, not just in business, but your partners in life and business. So everything overlaps,
Right.
right?
So yeah, that has helped our the growth of our relationship tremendously, making sure that date night is on the calendar. And
Yeah.
we also put family night on the calendar too. That's the time that we do that about twice a month. Although with the family all the time,
Yeah.
it's intentional. So
Yeah.
where we have it twice a month. It could be game board night one night. We pop popcorns, watch movies, or it could be someplace like we'll wake up early and we'll go to the park, and it would be a whole day outing with the family and the kids.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things that we try to cover our holistic circle.
Yeah.
Per day, spiritually, emotionally, physically. At one point we were working out together, Felicia got to be back on it. But just making sure that we try to hit the holistic will as much as possible.
Yeah, like Felicia said, holistically, going to church. If we don't all go to church together, we do service in the living room. I wake up all the kids, everybody come downstairs, everybody do service. But like I said, there's nothing better than going to a physical church, so everybody got to go to church this Sunday, and you let everybody know. So at the end of the day, you're in business to gain something, which is time and money freedom, but it's also to have better experiences with the people you love and care about. Right. So if you can enjoy that process now, you don't have to wait for that financial gain to come for you to enjoy the process now. You can start enjoying the process now. And I do want to say this, guys, if you're getting something from this video, do us a favor and just like and share this, and make sure you're subscribing to the channel. And we're definitely going to do another episode of this where we share more detailed time management tricks, because a lot of times, we'll share that calendar hack, or we share the Google Calendar hack, or planning the night before, and somebody's like, hey, can you break that down some more? Because the biggest challenge we're having is, how do we switch or paradigm shift from business hat to relationship hat, or from parenting hat to dad hat, or from wife hat to mom hat, and just moving all of those pieces around. So in our next video, we're going to share with you guys more tactical tips and tangible things that you can do to balance your relationship, time, and just be more productive with you building your business and everything. So in the meantime, see you guys later. Peace.
Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.
Looking for more tips on how to build your purpose-driven business? Be sure to check out our Money Making Secrets playlist at the top right-hand corner of the screen.
Or you can check out our most recent uploaded video right below.
Enjoy. See you soon.